Yeah, Bob, I'm here at the Elkhart County Jail parking lot where right behind me you can see massive plumes of smoke heading northwest, and those are heading at about 15 to 20 miles per hour today. Right now, police are blocking County Road 26 between County Road 7 and 11. That's for emergency responders to get through. And again, this is a privately managed landfill. As you mentioned, Bob, the fire was discovered around 3:45 this morning, and we're waiting to hear the cause of that as they continue to investigate. The Sheriff's Department says it's asking people in this area to turn off air conditioners and stay inside because all of this smoke blowing. Right now, I'm told the EPA is on the way to assess the situation.
We do know that the management site does not accept hazardous materials, so we're not too worried about maybe chemicals being in the airways, but we do have the EPA on their way right now to assess the situation as well and maybe take some samples of the air quality to determine if there's any additional emergency procedures that need to happen for the community at large.
I'm told that Elkhart County Emergency Management, Concord Fire, Elkhart City Fire, all county fire departments, Waste Management, the National Weather Service, hazmat teams, and the EPA are all on this to figure out what's going on and keep this under control. I've already reached out to the EPA and the Indiana Department of Emergency Management for questions and comment. I'll be keeping you guys up to date on all our WSBT 22 social media formats, so stay up to date for up-to-the-minute updates on those platforms. Live in Elkhart County, I'm Molly Jurasek, WSBT 22 News.
Joins us live right now. Molly, you've been talking with health officials about this, so what are they telling you about air quality at this point?
Jennifer, we're waiting for an update on that at this point. I'm just going to start right now by saying this fire was discovered around 3:45 in the morning by an Elkhart County Sheriff's Department officer. If you look behind me, the smoke is actually getting a bit darker and blacker right now. We're waiting for a media briefing right now at the Concord Fire Department, station number 2, and I spoke to some firefighters out here who were just returning from this fire, and they were saying that black smoke is actually a bad sign that maybe this fire might have caught a little piece of new garbage in that pile and is creating that darker smoke. Much of the afternoon we've seen a lot of this white smoke. It's blowing northwesterly, so this fire is going on right now at the area of County Road 26, just south of that, between County Road 7 and County Road 11 in Elkhart County, and the wind is kind of blowing northwesterly. So if you live in that area, I just spoke to the director of the Elkhart County Health Department, and he's saying if you can smell or see this smoke, you should be inside and you should not be having on any kind of air intake devices like air conditioners, because that will be sucking in this smoke and circulating it around your house. So his recommendation was if you do have especially breathing problems like asthma or pulmonary problems, go inside, shut off any central AC or intake devices of that nature. He just told me that he is getting a briefing from the EPA and IDEM, so we're waiting outside the fire department right now to see if we can get an update on the actual air quality results. We were told earlier this afternoon that the EPA was heading up to Elkhart County to do an actual air quality test, so we're hoping to learn more information about what's actually in the air. All we know right now is that this landfill, it's privately run by Waste Management. They don't accept hazardous materials, so the Elkhart County Sheriff's Department said there wasn't an immediate threat for that. But again, we're waiting for a media briefing at any moment right now, and we'll be updating you on all our social media platforms and the WSBT 22 News app as soon as we learn more definite information. Live in Elkhart County, I'm Molly Jurasek, WSBT 22 News. Yeah, Rick, just a few minutes ago, I spoke to the Elkhart County Health Department's health officer as well as Concord Fire Chief Rockford about what exactly is going on right now. You can see behind me the huge plumes of black smoke lifting up here, and Chief Rockford said that's actually been a huge challenge for firefighters today. They just updated the media and they're still taking questions right now, and they're saying that they've actually resulted to flying planes over the landfill. This is the Waste Management landfill just south of County Road 26 to try to get a hold on these flames. You can actually see the flames coming up if you're driving along County Road 7 here on the south side of County Road 26. So they're having a hard time fighting this because the wind patterns keep changing. Earlier today they were blowing northwesterly from about 15 to 20 miles per hour, and we know now that they're actually blowing northeast at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So those wind changes have caused some struggle struggle. Another thing that the health officers spoke about is that they have found there are no particular toxins or dangers with this. Again, they take non-hazardous materials at this waste management center, but the health officer did tell me it is so important to keep funding these public organizations that help fight fires just like this. Take a listen.
You hear rhetoric at the national level about how regulation is killing jobs, and I'm not promoting overregulation, but I'm just pointing out that organizations like the EPA are complex organizations that do lots of things. They clean up Superfund sites, they respond to dump fires, and if we don't have those people trained and available to respond in this kind of an event, then we see problems.
That was Dr. Dan Nafziger you just heard. And again, he just told us there isn't a particular toxic danger that they found in the air right now. If you do have pulmonary problems or you have asthma, you should stay inside. Don't turn on the air conditioning or any air intake devices. Just stay inside if you are in that northeasterly direction of the wind right now. Live in Elkhart County, I'm Molly Jurasek, WSBT 22 News. Rick, experts say there are no particular health concerns right now from their air quality tests. There are no toxic threats at this point from what they've found. And this fire has been burning for about 14 hours now. Right now, winds are blowing northeasterly, and they were at about 15 to 25 miles per hour a bit ago. And the changing direction of that wind has made this harder to contain for emergency responders. It was about an acre of land on fire this morning, and firefighters believe that number hasn't changed too much since this morning. Now firefighters are saying they're using planes to try to contain that fire. As you see there, one plane is making continuous rounds to the landfill, dropping 800 gallons of water each time around.
It seems like every time that we get an advancement and start making a progress for extinguishment, the winds itself would start to increase and therefore change the flow of the actual smoke curtains and things of that nature.
Nothing that's been identified so far that's of concern or a particular hazard other than the kinds of problems we'd see with smoke in general.
Firefighters tell me that it will likely be too dangerous for them to work on this fire overnight. Danielle Kennedy will be following this story tonight, and she'll have the latest at 10 and 11. Live in Elkhart County, I'm Molly Jurasek, WSBT 22 News.